Hi, welcome back to the Jac and Glen channel. I'm Jackie.
I'm her husband, Glenn.
He's my husband, Glenn.
Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of our reviews.
And if you like listening to audiobooks, click the link in the description for a free 30-day trial with Audible.
Also, if you like shopping online, make sure you click the Rakuten link also in the description.
All right, ready to love.
Ready to love. We're getting down to the nitty gritty, and some people got to go home.
Man, this episode just went through some changes. This is a review. This is a review. It's not the show. But it went through some changes, and it was not the typical.
It was not the typical
at all.
At all. But let's get started.
All right. So we open with Joy and Jay at the fire pit. And we learned that they've been doing a lot of talking. And so we find out that Jay's got a nut allergy. Mm-hmm. And so they're chatting about that. Yeah. And how he could do the chocolate but not the peanut butter. Mm-hmm. You know, and all their little Philly things they got going on.
Joy said she likes chocolate.
Yes, she said she does like chocolate.
She said she enjoys chocolate.
And she said that he still gives her butterflies. Yeah. She's still feeling them. He's a whole man. He's masculine. He's assertive. And, you know, they're just really feeling each other. And that was important to open the episode with that as we go forward.
Yeah, it was important for them to see their connection, to see their bond. If you've been watching the show from the beginning of the episode, you see that Joy and Jay have a very close-knit bond. And it's really evident in this episode how close they are and where Jay was going to go and where Joy was going to go when this season was over. All
right. And so then we go from Joy and Jay to Denise and Calfani. And so Denise and Calfani, now known to Denise, they've been going through some changes. Mm-hmm. And so we see Denise saying, you know, she still feels the same about Calfani. She's tired of playing it safe. She's not going to play it safe no more. Yeah. She's going to step her game up. And so she tells him that he's her first priority and asks how he feels. And he says,
he dropped a bomb on me,
baby. All right. He told her she had been at the top until recently when Adriana has come up to the top. And she didn't overtaken Denise, and she didn't really care for that too much. And she was like, her question was, but can you see her being a potential mother to your children? And he was like, I mean, yeah, you know.
And she was hurt. I mean, let's be honest, Denise was hurt by that. Any woman was hurt. We talked about it in previous reviews, you know, how Winter didn't feel comfortable being number 2. Mm-hmm. And when you got somebody who's dominant as Denise, who is has a lot of charisma, who thinks highly of herself, who's putting all into Calfani, and to come and realize that she's been beaten by Adriana, who's been her nemesis per se, doing this show. It's hurtful, you know. And she says that she goes into talking about how she put everything into it, and she let down a lot of walls, and how she become vulnerable. And I feel her on that because she really likes and loves Calfani. And
what she said to him though, that I was like, oh wow. She said, so you picked her over me without even having a conversation with me about it. Like, I'm supposed to tell you, hey, I think I'm liking her more than you. Is that okay with you? No. He's having a conversation with you now. Yeah. He pretty much had a conversation with you when he was dating you the last date, because I'm supposed to invest my time in the person who's the second fiddle.
But again, mixed messages, because she was second fiddle. He's doing all the massage thing. He's trying to figure out, I guess the communication has to be both ways. I do see where she's coming from with that, where, you know, Calfani, you know what, he at least could have been like, you know what, Denise, there is another person in play. Even though she can see that, she want to know, you know what, that he's just not playing a game. That, you know what, I really do have feelings for Adriana. I know she has feelings for Rashid, and we're in this box square situation right now. But, you know, we got to play this thing out.
And she says she's ready to fight for it. She says she's ready to fight for it. So I'm going to keep going with Denise and Calfani real quick. We're going to keep that going. And so she comes and tells Calfani later that she had a moment of clarity. Mm-hmm. That she wanted to talk to him. And that she was looking for it. She had been asking and praying for a sign to solidify this thing. And she said she got the sign that she was looking for to solidify her choice, basically. And what she said, she's been feeling, and it happened with Anthony. This is what she told Califani. I got the confirmation, and it happened with Anthony. And so she said, with me and him, it's just a different vibe. And so I want you to know that we got to break up.
and she was playing, but again, after you have told that y'all had this conversation, after you talk to a man, there's some points, where guys take things literally. Mm-hmm. And that wasn't a joking moment because he's already feeling Adriana. And so when you say he's going to break up, and then you expect him to say, no, girl, don't do it. He had already told you he's feeling Adriana, that she is number one, and you being the number two have just bowed out of the race. It's like, cool, no problem.
And I want to change what you said. I don't want to say she was playing, like ha-ha playing. She was playing. So this was a strategy she was using. Yeah. And she said she did that because she was wanting Califani to fight for her. And so she waited for it, and he absolutely did not do it. He did not fight for her at all. And matter of fact, when she was like, we have to break up, like Kiki. And he was like, break up? I ain't know we was
going together. You're like, dog, I ain't know we was going together. I thought we were just talking and kicking it. We wasn't going together. Not like high school. So he really wasn't feeling what she was feeling. She thought they was going together. Really, they were just talking and dealing with it. And the new young girl stepped in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so.
I fell for her on that, though, because it was her last ditch effort to bring Califani in, to reel him in, to get the closeness. But I think Califani was done when he saw the deal breaker for him was when he saw the jealousy in her, when he saw that she couldn't handle Adriana the way that, that what we saw on TV, that the Adriana thing with him dating Adriana, or not dating, but engaging with Adriana, and how she was becoming jealous and hovering over them, and he just couldn't take that. And I think that really was a deal breaker for him.
Yeah, and like I said, we're gonna run with that whole thing, and then we'll come back to the other thing. But then we see later Califani talks to Anthony, and they talk about Anthony, how him and Winter are feeling, and mm-hmm. Anthony's like, me and Winter's vibe, we just got a good energy. And so Califani tells Anthony about the conversation he had with Denise, like, she broke up with me, like she picked you over me, bruh. And he says, it's like I'm the consolation prize. Yeah. Like, oh, bruh, you the consolation prize. So she defaulting to you because I got my interest in somebody else. And Anthony ain't really feel that. He was like, I'm good though.
He said I'm good because she ain't said nothing to me. She told you that because I never told her she was my number one.
Right, like you had this conversation. It's like, so her scheme was kind of falling apart. Like she did it to try to set Califani up, but Califani went and talked to Anthony. And then we also see that Denise talks to Winter, because Winter is Anthony's other person, and so Denise tells Winter that I broke up with Califani, and Winter's like, okay. Well, me and Anthony, we have really bonded. We all.
But Winter peeps the game. She does. I don't know if she's playing the game or whatnot, but Winter peeps the game. She's like, oh, cool.
She said, I question Denise's motives. I feel like this is a strategy for her, and she was absolutely on point.
And then go from there. It really was. It really on point. We go in there. Then Winter's smart enough. She's like, you know what? Let me go talk to Anthony.
It's collapsing, and Denise's plan is not working at all. Because all the other players are talking to each other.
Right, and Winter goes talk to Anthony, was like, what's up? Anthony like, yo, you my number one. You're right. You got really basically, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You're my number one. And, and Winter feels a little bit relieved. They're still able to kiss. Yeah. Couple kisses.
Yes.
And so it's like, absolutely. And so at that point you're like, okay, Denise has nowhere else to go.
Yeah, went to check in with Anthony, and she said they made sure they on the same page.
They
both feeling each other, so it's kind of leaving Denise kind of.
Because Anthony likes to see Winter smile, and Winter likes to see Anthony smile.
Yeah.
And they're funny together.
Yes, they have a good time. They like to laugh.
They like to laugh and joke.
All right, so let's go since we're talking about Winter, and do you want to approach okay?
Yeah, let's go Winter. Stay with Winter.
Oh, stay with Winter? I mean, that's pretty much it with Winter. Right. The only other thing I was going to say with Winter, it goes into the other part of the episode, which we had a sad moment in the middle of the time there. Jay said he gets a call to come into Joy's room. Yeah. And he goes to her room, and she's really distraught. And he finds out that Joy's sister passed away. Mm-hmm. And we find out later when Jay talks to Tommy that she had just talked to her sister that morning.
Hours earlier.
Hours before.
Yeah.
Only to find out she passed away. It was like very unexpected. Like, they don't say what happened, but it was very unexpected.
And you can see the hurt in Jay's eyes.
Yeah,
you can see that he's hurting for her. He doesn't know what he needs to do next, but he finds compassion. You know, Tommy sits there, and this is what I like about nephew Tommy. He was able to sit there and relate to Jay about going on. Tommy even talked about his own experiences of him losing his father and how Jay should be helping Joy in this situation. And
that sometimes it's not always about what you say, because people are like, I don't know what to say. It's just about being there. And so we see Jay, you can see his motivation. I just want to be there for her.
Yeah.
You know, to help her through it. And, you know, they break the news to the group. When they come in, a lot of the to me, Adriana and Winter look like they already knew.
Right.
Because they're pretty close with Joy.
And it was already distraught and they broke up.
Yeah.
Jay already knew. Rashid didn't know.
Rashid,
Kalfani didn't know.
Kalfani.
And Denise, I'm not 100% sure if she knew or not.
I think she might have known something
was going on. Yeah, something that was going on. And, you know, I can feel them on that. You know, especially losing a loved one that's close. You know, I would never share it, but, you know, I lost my grandfather close to Thanksgiving, the week of Thanksgiving, matter of fact. Right before Thanksgiving. And so people handle it different ways. And what I think one of the things that was really intriguing, I didn't know how to feel when they saw Joy and Jay embracing in the hallway, and you can hear her screech and scream and cry and really release her frustration, the fact that her sister has passed away, and you can reckon it was close. That for me show, you know, this is real. It's much more than a TV show.
Right.
This is reality. And I think Ready to Love did a great job. The production great by to try to get her away from set, out of there as much as they could. And also, I think I take my hat off to them for allowing Jay to go, even though there was a midst of a game. I know I skipped ahead, but I think that was one of the things that to me was key. It showed his love for her. It showed her love for him. And it showed that they really embrace each other and care for each other. Yeah,
and since you jumped ahead, so Jay really takes Tommy's words to heart. He was like, you know, I just want to be there for her. I really care for her a lot. And Joy had to leave to go see her family in Chicago.
Right.
And so he meets with Winter out by the lake. And, I mean, telltale sign, he came in a suit. And she was like, oh, you got a suit on? Well, you know, what's going on? And he was like, well, this is my happy place. I'm in a suit and I'm by the water. But he tells Winter, because you and I have bonded in a type of way, I felt like it was right to let you know that I'm going to leave to go support Joy. I need to be there for her. And, you know, I appreciate you and, you know, how we've bonded, but, you know, I'm really close to her. And Winter understood that. And she was like, that's my girl. Go take care of my girl. Mm-hmm. You know, I love Joy. She's a sweet girl.
Yeah.
You know, we become friends, even though it's a competition. They've all kind of bonded, and so Jay tells the whole crew, all the other people, you know, I'm going to leave and go with go see about Joy and take care of her and support.
And I like Rashid. That's your grown man stuff. That is grown man. You know, it makes sense too, because we talked about it in the last episode. Why would he stay? There's no one else there that he even remotely close to. He's already sealed the deal with Winter, saying, you know what, it's not you, you're my number two. We knew that from the last episode when he kissed her on the cheek when they was on their little romantic date. Mm-hmm. Joy was his number one. And your number one leaves, he got to go too, which created the domino effect.
Well, yeah, and before I get there, and I just thought, like you said, as far as the production in the show, Tommy lets them know that they don't have an assignment.
Yeah.
That this week, based on what has happened, everybody just do some healing, do some self-reflecting, and that's what your assignment is. And everybody had really great encouraging words for Joy, and expressed their sentiment and their sympathy and their condolences to her. And I thought it was good that they took a moment to do that. And, you know, at the end of the episode, they shared a picture of Joy and her sister, and I was like, man, you know, she looks like her sister. But I thought it was really touching, and it gave them a chance to really think. And Edwin, even as a result, like we said, Jay left to go see about Joy.
Yeah.
Joy had gone to go see about her family. Edwin said, I realized in this how close Jay and Joy really are. They're bonding. And that's the only person really that he was vibing with. Mm-hmm. And he said that Joy's been instrumental in his process of self-reflection and getting to know himself better. And deciding to go to therapy and knowing that he needs some help. And so as a result, when Tommy brings everybody back together, Edwin, he opens it up, how is every you about to say something.
Like, he opens up and says how's everyone's going, how everyone's feeling. But before we get there, I like how Winter even went to check on Edwin.
Yes.
While he was there.
Yes.
She went to check on him, even though they didn't
That's
mesh.
The part I left off.
They didn't mesh. They wasn't in a relationship. At one time she was on his list. She still had enough compassion to go check on him because she knew how much Joy meant to him.
Mm-hmm.
Joy was his therapist. She was his sounding board. She was helping him reach places that he hadn't reached before. And that was where Edwin realized, you know what, it's time for me to make my exit because I've gotten what I need here. It wasn't love with a person per se, as Tommy pointed out, but he found the love that he needed and the healing he needed for himself.
And so, like we said, so Joy's gone to check on her family. Jay went to support Joy. And now we see Edwin is eliminating himself from it. He said, I came to the realization that this journey for me, it ended up really not being about finding love. But like Tommy said, he found himself.
And that's what most important, which would help him find that love that he needs later on. So we'll help him do that. Then you're down to Calfani, we're down to Denise, we're down to Rashid, you're down to Winter, you're down with Adriana. And now Tommy says there got to be some decisions that have to be made. There got to be some places, or there's some things that have to take place here because we got a love triangle. We got a love triangle with Calfani, Adriana, and Rashid. You got a semi-love triangle with Denise, Anthony, and Winter. And we went into the Anthony and Denise situation where Anthony basically told her after this, Tommy told them, look, y'all got to make a decision.
Untangle these love triangles.
Untangle these love triangles that you have. Untangle them. We're going to have to make the decision. And some of the decisions that you're going to have to make are hard. When you really do the math of this thing, there's going to be a woman that's going to be out and there's going to be a man that's out. So you won't get 3 couples. And Tommy said that's fine. We'll get to 2 couples and we'll find love. So you'll have 2 couples. It will be either, in this case right now, we do know that you have to use the 2 women, all right? Because it will have to be Winter or Denise that's going to find love. Well, we know Denise is out because of what we talked about earlier. So
we didn't tell them that, though.
Oh, well, we just did. Denise is out.
Yeah, based on the conversation that she had with Anthony, which, okay, we'll do that real quick. So, Anthony comes, and says that, they need to talk and that he's enjoyed her company and everything. And they had a nice little setup. They actually had they talk with each other, and they had some cheese and meat and whatever, and that's when he told Denise that I'm really focused on Winter.
Yeah, I'm really focused on Winter, and then he goes to the bar at the table.
Even though he's been her A1.
A1.
That's the part. He gave her a chance at this little luncheon or whatever to be forthright with what she told Calfani.
Yeah.
And instead, what she said was, you've been my A1 since day one. I've been all focused on you, and the feelings have gotten even greater. And he's like,
Yeah.
And he mentions the fact that, but you've had feelings for Calfani, right? And so she says, yeah, but it was never like that. I've never had an adult love. And certain things with you are effortless, and I like the way that's flowing and everything. And he's like, And she says she thinks she's falling for him, and he's like, because he already knows what she told Calfani. And so he was like, he walked away from that. He was like, yeah, I just don't think she's genuine. And so when Tommy comes and said, I want you to untangle all these entanglements y'all got, these triangles, then that's when Anthony goes to talk to Denise.
He talks to Denise at the bar, and he basically tells her, look, you're not I don't think this is going to work out. It's not between me and you. This is what I don't like. Anthony did something I do not like. This is the thing. He broke, in my opinion, he broke man code.
Yeah.
He was like, well, Calfani got to tell you something too. Like, nah, dog, you went to talk. Well, she said, and I love Denise. I love, because she was like, yo, then let Calfani tell me.
Right.
Like, dog, you don't do that. You don't say, oh, yeah, by the way, he got something to tell you too. Nah, you let that man do it on his own time, his own time frame, and you let them handle it. And so what you do is you deal with that, on that level. So then this Anthony walks across the room. So, all right, Calfani, go talk to these. Calfani was looking what? he was dumbfounded. It's like, yo, like what you want me to do?
And so Calfani goes over there, and she's like, Anthony said you wanted to talk to me. And he was like, this joker here. Okay.
Well, in his mind, it wasn't a joke. I guarantee you, it was something else.
Yeah, and so, he was like, okay, dude, he put me on the spot. Okay, well, I wasn't going to talk to you. I mean, he didn't say this, but he was like, well, I won't go do it like this. Yeah. But okay. But he says, I've chosen Adriana. That's what it is. I've chosen Adriana. And, Denise is like, okay, well, the two people I'm interested in, don't nobody want me, so I'm going to exit stage left.
She got us, and you know what? I love the fact that she kept it classy.
Yeah.
She didn't cuss nobody. She didn't fuss nobody. She got her stuff. She walked through the door, and she was out. She kept it classy. I mean, I think through the whole episode, she kept it pretty much classy.
Pretty much, except for you trying to scheme and.
Wouldn't scheme it. It's for survival.
Strategy.
She found a love. She really did love Calfani. She really did love Anthony. I'm not saying that.
Nah, but she liked Calfani more.
She liked Calfani more, and then Calfani again. I'm gonna use an analogy for one of my buddies. It was the new girl in school, or the younger girl in school, the freshman, up came and she turned over the apple cart of the senior, who was Denise. The young girl Adriana came and she gave Calfani something that Denise didn't give, and again I go back to it. The jealousy was the deal breaker for Calfani because of the work he liked and the work and business that he's in. He's around beautiful, attractive women all day long, and he want to make sure that she can trust him to do the job and not have to be looking over his shoulder all the time. Yeah.
And so here we are. We have, I'm going to say it again, Joy left because her sister passed away. Jay left to go support Joy.
Yep.
And when he left, he was like, I'm just making it easier for y'all. Ha ha ha. But just to lighten the moment. So we have them. Edwin self-eliminated because the only other person he was interested in was Joy. And he sees that Joy and Jay really have a good connection. So it's no reason for him to stay because Joy's gone. And plus, if Joy was there, she's connected to Jay. And now we see Denise. Denise is no process between the talk.
Yeah.
Like they basically told her you're not ready to love, but they didn't do it like in a traditional way. So now Denise is gone, and so here we are. As Winter says, she says, I'm pretty solid with Anthony. I had my connection with Jay, but I knew anyway that him and Joy was what they were. So I got my connection with Anthony. She said, I feel bad for Adriana. Because here now Adriana has to choose between Rashid and Calfani. Because this is who we have left. We got Rashid, Calfani, Anthony. We got Adriana and Winter.
And we already know that Anthony and Winter already got their deal together. And she's a little worried. You saw the previews. He could say no. I don't think he's going to say no.
I don't either.
I think he's going to be fine with Winter. And now we got Adriana who has to make a decision. Either she's going to choose Calfani, who makes her feel giddy and happy, or she's going to feel Rashid, who makes her feel comfortable on a grown man thing. But the twist of this is, before they make their decision is, Tommy said, family is coming in. So
that's the real test.
The real test.
To who you feel into your family.
So family has to come. And so now family enters into the room. And we see from the previews, Adriana's dad come in there. And he asked Calfani a question. How do you feel being human? And I'm like, I can't even answer that question. What I feel like being human. But when your daddy comes, and I'm a father of 2 daughters, okay? When your daddy comes to talk to a man, dog, you better be on point. Because daddy gonna read you and gonna see some things.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. That's the one for sure family member we know. We did see another family, but we're not sure who that is. But we do know Adriana's dad is there. And then I'm thinking maybe that's Anthony's sister. Look like Anthony's sister. But yeah, so get ready. And I think Adriana said her dad is like no nonsense.
No nonsense.
He don't have no cut cards. So he gonna, if you say you like my daughter, both of y'all, I'm gonna feel you out. I'm gonna see what this is about.
And I guarantee you can bring the kid question coming up if they got kids. How you deal with baby mamas? Rashid's gonna be asked about his first marriage.
Yes.
It's gonna be so much that then next week is the finale. All right, so she's gonna have to process all this and make a decision of is it Kalfani or is it Rashid? Hey, I want you guys to vote. We're gonna put a poll up. Oh, that's the question this week. Who do you think Adriana will choose? Will she choose Kalfani or will she choose Rashid? I don't know yet. I try to stay away from spoilers. I really do. Try not. And if I did know, we wouldn't tell you anyway. No. But we want to know, who do you think Adriana will choose, Kalfani or Rashid? Leave a comment in the comment section below. We're excited for the finale next week. Also excited for the reunion show that will be coming up after that. Man, it's gonna be a great next 2 weeks.
It is.
For Ready to Love.
Because this one was all kinds of twists and turns.
Yeah.
Like we kind of knew about Joy. You know what was going, but we did not know that Edwin was gonna end. Denise, so it's gonna be interesting to see.
Check it out. Also, if you love our Ready to Love review, make sure you check out Married at First Sight. It is starting on January the 13th. We will have a video for you previewing Married at First Sight. So please make sure you check that out as well. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for hitting that bell notification. Thank you for listening to us. Ready to Love. Really good season, and we can't wait until the ending.
Yes, it's going to be exciting.
And we got some other things coming for you too. So for 2021, by the way, Happy New Year. We didn't say that at the beginning of the video. Hey. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. Thanks for joining us. And we'll catch you, as some would say, down the road.
Bye.
Bye.